Hello, my creative friends. I am, well, it's Year of the Book, and we pulled in July our prompts for August, and here we are, white, paint drips, and doodling. So I thought I would start with some collage, like I normally do. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with collaging some washi tape down. And then doing some regular collage over the top with paper. I don't know what is on this end, but I'm sure I had to do something with this. So it has just a feel to it. Not good or bad, I'm just noticing it. So anyways, that's where I'm going to get started, and we'll see. This was last month, and it was a dark thing. Last month I was just in the mood to work with white and black and gray for the most part. So let's see how this turns out. Let's dive in.
So no matter when or how I use washi, I always use some adhesive with it. I don't trust the stick on it, and I want this journal to last the test of time. So I'm going down with some Liquid Tex Fluid Matte Medium, and then applying the washi over that. It can be a little fiddly, but in the long run, I think it's worth the effort. And now that washi's down, I'm going to start to collage, and I'm going to start with these pinhole feed sides of green bar paper and get those down. I love the texture that ends up happening in the end with this type of paper. Now I'm going to pull out some doodle papers. I had a vintage book with me, and a whole bunch of Stabilo Woodies, and I was on an airplane, and I had a water brush. And I did a ton of doodling while on that flight there and back, and I've loved it as a resource for collage. It really makes a wonderful peek through on whatever you're working on. So I'm tearing this doodle piece down and really respecting the shape, the rectangular shape. Sometimes I am pulling them apart with just one of those shapes, and sometimes with three. So I'm just randomly trying to get them pulled apart, and so that I can then collage them down across this page.
Like a dance, rendering of stubbornness, and it just cuts us deeper through. The longer I'm away from you, yeah, we fight good, we make love better if we both know we'll be together. Together.
that doodling paperwork that I had done earlier, that I just collaged down, I just didn't feel like that was really meeting the whole of that prompt, but also it gave me opportunity to do some actual doodling on the page. Doodling can be not only just mark making, but it also can be a bridge from where you are now to where you want to get to. And so I just used a Stabilo All pencil in graphite and just started making some doodle marks around the doodles marks that I collaged down. Alright, now that I got the doodling done, I'm coming in with a new stencil in my shop, and the link will be listed below along with all the products I use. I try and do that all the time. It's called Ink Print, and it is a design by Rebecca Meyer, and I just fell in love with not only the organic feel to it, but the fact that it has an organic feel, but yet it's a pattern. And sometimes it can feel like it's a floral. So I really found that it was a fun one. So hence why I wanted to also have it in the shop. So I'm going to use that. And as you can see, I'm using this Liquitex Professional spray paint in titanium white through that stencil.
We both get there our own way. Thistle and an apple tree. How different two souls can be. But we both grow from the same sorrow. If we both know we'll be together tomorrow, I can be like a tree in the wind. Same old roots, but I can bend, turning to understand.
If you've been around here a while, you know what this is. This is handmade sand texture paste. So I have a video up in the right hand corner to my video where I show you how to DIY sand paste. And it wouldn't be a layout for me, it wouldn't be art for me if there wasn't some type of actual texture. Because you know me, I'm like a blind person in reading my page, reading my artwork. I come in with my hands to read the page and just follow that texture. So, long story short, I'm going to apply some sand texture paste to the surface of this layout. There is no rhyme or reason as to where I'm putting it. I am just following my intuition. So I have allowed that sand paste to dry naturally. I don't really like to do a lot of drying with my hair dryer because my experience with any mediums, when thick mediums, texture type mediums, is that when you go to dry them, they dry on the outside, but the inside is still squishy. And when I go back in to go do my dry brushing with my finger, I ultimately, in the long run, smudge them because I thought they were dry. So I have done some drying from the back side of the page with my dryer, and then I just let it sit to dry the rest of the way. It doesn't usually take long here in Arizona, so that's a good thing. And now I'm going to come in with this Nova color paint. Now these are awesome acrylic paints. They're a fairly new discovery for me. In the last year I've discovered them. I primarily save them for my hung pieces, but sometimes there's just a color that I feel like I need, and that was the case here. This is raw titanium. It's matte, and it is, to me, it is what vintage paper is. So I'm coming in with that to start off with. These paints are fairly thick. I wouldn't say they're a heavy body, but they're definitely not a medium body. So they're somewhere in between. So I want it to move across my page and catch my texture. So I'm going to add some water. Now, if I were doing this on for a hung piece, I would actually add some airbrush medium to this to get it to flow more, to have more, to be loose like it is here with once I've added the water. But because I'm just on this page, I'm going to go ahead and add that water, and it's going to do all the wonderful things I want it to do and creep and crawl around other things that are on the surface that have some bulk to them, and then seep into textural areas and just make it really nice. And coming in now with the golden so flat in titanium, no, I'm sorry, that's not titanium, that's Titan green pale. And this is a new discovery for me, and thanks to Nicole Watson for enabling me, I had to go get it. So I did, and I love this. Well, I love the golden so flats, but which Nicole also turned me on to. But this Titan green pale is just fantastic. It's just fantastic. So anyways, it's like looking through a forest and all the green areas that are highlighted by the sun. That's what Titan green pale is for me. So yeah, I'm adding that to my layout.
Worth having comes easy, baby. Nothing worth having comes easy, baby. Nothing worth having comes easy, baby. Yeah, we fight good, we make love.
Now I'm going to come in with another of the Nova Color acrylic paints, and this time it's Venetian Red. I love this red. I really love this red. And I'm going to do basically the same thing as watering it down with some water, but this time I'm going to come in with a paintbrush and add it to areas of those doodle paper that I had originally collaged down, and then I'm going to come in and spray it with my spray bottle to let it really wick out. And I just love how it pulls into the texture, but in some areas you can even see it kind of pull and go around the areas that I even did the spray paint in with the stencil. You can see it kind of wicking in between the white areas of that stencil. Some areas I hit it too hard with the water, and it just kind of flew all over, but other areas you can really see it pooling, and I just love how it does that. And this color is just really vibrant but yet vintage at the same time, and yeah, it's beautiful. And I think that I don't know if we count my letting it drip and pool in areas, and I didn't allow it to do that rampantly all over the page, just in specific areas when I knew it was going to be dripping into the textural areas.
Now it's almost like a dance, the rendering of stubbornness, and it just cuts us deeper through the longer I'm away from you. Yeah.
In getting a little heavy-handed with my spray bottle, I lost some of the white, so I'm coming back with that stencil, really fussing to try and find which pattern I used for which place I want to reestablish the white. But then I come in with some white gesso and just sponge it through the stencil just to re-solidify the pop of white that I'm looking for. And once I'm done doing that, I'm going to come in with this white gesso and do some dry brushing. It's definitely a dance for me. of accentuating that texture, pushing things back, bringing them to attention, and that kind of thing. And that's really how I would describe my whole process after I've collaged. It's just a dance in trying to push areas back and bring areas forward.
We make love better if we both know we'll be together forever. We can be like the trees in the wind, same old roots, but we can bend, learning to understand and sway together. We can be like the trees in the wind, same old roots, but we can bend, learning to understand and sway together. Till the end. Drive the same roads every day. We both get there our own way. Thistle and an apple tree, how different two souls can be. But we both grow from the same sorrow if we both know we'll be together tomorrow. I can be like a tree in the wind, same old roots, but I can bend, turning to understand and sway together. Now it's almost like a dance, rendering of stubbornness, and it just cuts us deeper through the longer I'm away from you.
It's focal point time, and some of you are going to be horrified with what I do to these vintage buttons. You know how I feel about vintage carded buttons. So I'm going to spray paint them and I'm going to flip them over to pull off some of the paint. So where the ridge is on these buttons, it'll pull off paint there and you'll get to see the darkness of the original button below. And I love the way that this ended up looking. It was a total shot in the dark. I've never done this before, but I really liked how it turned out. And of course, a little bit of doodle, a little bit of Venetian red, and then I'm going to pair it up with this. It's pretty heavy paper that I've tea stained, or no, excuse me, I stained it with onion water. And then, was this the onion water? No, I think this was actually the avocado water, that I stained it with the avocado water. And then with a spray bottle with vinegar in it, I spritzed it over it once it had completely dried. And I love this paper. And I only have 2 sheets of it, and this is the second one. So, yep, that's coming in. I really love how this layout turned out. I love the vintage feel to it. I love the color scheme. Yeah, there's just something about the way that texture turned out that really made me happy.
Drive the same roads every day. We both get there our own way. Thistle and an apple tree, how different two souls if we both know we'll be together tomorrow. I can be like a tree in the wind, same old roots, but I can bend, turning to understand and sway together. Now it's almost like a dance, the rendering of stubbornness, and it just cuts us deeper through the longer I'm away from you. Yeah, we fight good, we make love better if we both know we'll be together forever. I can be like the tree in the wind, same old roots, but I can bend, learning to understand and sway together. Nothing worth having comes easy, baby. Nothing worth having comes easy, baby. Nothing worth having comes easy, baby. Yeah, we fight good, we make love better if we both know we'll be together forever. We can be like the trees in the wind, same old roots, but we can bend, learning to understand and sway together. We can be like the trees in the wind, same old roots, but we can bend, learning to understand and sway together. Till the end. Drive the same roads every day. We both get there our own way. Thistle and an apple tree, how different two souls can be. But we both grow from the same sorrow if we both know we'll be together tomorrow. I can be like a tree in the wind, same old roots, but I can bend, turning to understand and sway together. Now it's almost like a dance, the rendering of stubbornness, and it just cuts us deeper through the longer I'm away from you. Yeah, we fight good, we make love better if we both know we'll be together forever. I can be like the tree in the wind, same old roots, but I can bend, learning to understand and sway together. together till the end.
All right, so done and done. So we have the white spaces. I've come in with a stencil in white, then I re-stenciled some areas using white gesso, and I came in and did some dry brushing with my finger and white gesso. So white was definitely used. I did some doodling. I doodled around the doodles. So I used some collage items that were doodles I did, and then I doodled around those. And again here on the focal point. So doodles all in here. And then the other one was paint drips, which is kind of hard to see now that it's done and I've put the focal point down on it. But I did do drips. I added some of the red paint here and then let it drip down into the texture, which is the sand paste in here, and you can see some right there. They kind of got sprayed out. You can see some of it dripped down into the center, which I was really happy about because I was having a hard time getting my finger in there. So yeah, so we've, oh, there's some more drippage. So we definitely hit all of the prompts for this month, and now it's that time when we need to put these aside on our done pile and pull prompts for September. So for September, we have deli paper, we have glitter. Oh my, glitter and deli paper and black. Huh, that's interesting because this was white. And now we need to use glitter with black. Okay, we can do that, right? I got this. So I'm gonna put these up for next month. Thank you so much for coming along for this year of the book. And all the products I've used will be listed down below in the description box, as well as additional information regarding this video and the series. And thank you for being here. If you've liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you, for some reason, you haven't already subscribed and you're enjoying the content, please do consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you again. You have a wonderful one.
Drive the same roads every day. We both get there our own way. Thistle and an apple tree. How different two souls can be. But we both grow from the same sorrow if we both